it simple, high protein meal prep. We are doing overnight oats, of course. This is a brand new flavor I'm bringing to y'all, caramel apple overnight oats. I will tell you, I've had a lot of people on Instagram ask me where I've gotten these caramel dip singles. You can get the big thing and just weigh it out too. It's the same price. So for me, the portion already done is a win. Got these from Walmart. These are the light ones. Big difference from the regular ones, even though these are still high in calorie. It helps versus the real deal. Also, the apple pie filling we're using is the no sugar added. Get this from Walmart. You cannot tell a difference between this and the regular because we're using all the other things to make it taste like the real deal. So we're just using this for the apple factor. You can use real apples if you want to. I like using this one because they're still crispy, but they're not so crispy like a real one. So that's why I like going this route, but use whatever you like. While we're getting the overnight oats set up, we want this to be a 30-minute or less meal prep. We want this to be really quick to set us up for the entire week for breakfast and lunch. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I'm doing for lunch, get some of the lunch things cooking while we're making the overnight oats to save us on time. For lunch this week, we're making balsamic glaze blue cheese chicken bowls. I've made these before. I know it may seem weird for some of y'all, but no, don't knock it till you try it. It is super good. And look at these ingredients, how minimal. We've got some chicken breast I got thawed, some rotini pasta. Again, you can use the protein Barilla kind if you want to amp the protein up just a little bit more. You can use whatever balsamic. I do like this strawberry one from Aldi. I'm pretty sure they have this one all year long now if you like this one too. And some blue cheese. And if you're not a blue cheese fan, you can sub this out for feta and it will be just as delicious. I've mentioned in last week's meal prep about either cold versus hot. I'm gonna go ahead and get my rotini pasta water cooking. Y'all told me the hack last week that add my water after it boils, and it actually boils faster without the salt. So we're gonna give that a try. And I'm just gonna dice up my chicken, season it, and put it in the trusty air fryer. You could pan season it, whatever you like to. And my bowls each day are gonna be different as far as how much chicken, depending on how much protein and macros I need. So I am going to write that on my bowls, like Monday, Tuesday, whatever, so I know which day is which for the right amount of protein. Trying y'all's method, no salt, boil it first, and we shall see if it makes a difference with the time. We're going on a lake house trip on Friday, so I am only training 3 days this week. I'm gonna do 3 of these bowls, so I need 3 56-gram servings weighed up. 168 on the dot. Since my chicken is different weights, this is my method of madness. I've got 3 ounces in this corner over here, then 5 since I'm doing 3 bowls. One's a little different because I don't need as much protein. The other days I do. I seasoned it with the Kinder's garlic and herb. Use whatever seasoning you like. I'm gonna air fry mine probably for 375, about 15-20 minutes, just checking on it. The pasta water is almost come to a boil already, and that was just with me cooking the chicken, so y'all know y'all's ish. So I'm gonna get the chicken rolling, the pasta going, which takes the longest out of this meal prep, and then we'll get back to these oats. I haven't even got to set up my oats and this water is boiling. Let's go. Y'all are the best. Pasta going in. Now let's get to making these oats, and we're almost done. I'm telling you, this takes no time. I am making 3 bowls for 3 days of training, but I'm making 5 overnight oats because I'm having one on my Wednesday rest day, and I'm having breakfast tracked before we leave and head out for our lake house trip. You don't have to like go wild on everything just because of trips, and if you enjoy something and it's in your macros and you love it, keep doing it. So you guys know I like to do my dry ingredients first. We're gonna do 40 grams of the oats going in. I'm just using a measuring cup, not to measure, but to put on my food scale. I always have that food scale linked down below for y'all if you're brand new and you need one. This one has not done me wrong for years. 40 grams for the first one, and you just keep going, zero out that scale, and do like a little assembly line. It makes it go so much faster.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly.
Next dry ingredient, you know, chia seeds, 4 grams on each. Like I mentioned last week, if you don't get it spot on, if it's a little bit off, that one was 4 grams. If it's at 5 or 3 even, it's fine, y'all. You don't have to get crazy with it and try to pick these little bitty old seeds out of here. Don't do that. But if it's like, you know, you're doing 4 grams and you do 20 grams, then that's going to be a problem. Y'all feel me?
Don't let it fall on me. Say you're a good guy.
Next Next up is protein powder. This is a brand new one from PEScience. This is our apple pie one. I tested this overnight oats recipe out yesterday. It's delicious as is. I'm only making one little tweak and it's so silly. You're gonna see in a minute. But this apple pie is so good. It would probably be so good as just a straight up shake if you like to do that post workout. I always have my discount with PEScience. If you don't have the apple pie one and you don't want to spend the money on it because you have other flavors, the PEScience Snickerdoodle and the cake pop would probably work just fine. But if you want to try it or you've had this one and you don't know how to use it, bust it out for this recipe. 14 grams in each jar.
Don't wanna hear it. I wanna see it. See how. Rewind. When we rewind, it feels so nice. We time.
Next ingredient, pudding. I like to use the instant pudding for the thickness factor. And let me tell you, y'all, with everything that goes in this one, I showed in my Beetlejuice Spend the Day with Me how thick this was. Like I literally put the jar upside down and nothing was coming out. It's that thick. I do credit it with the instant pudding, so good. So we're using the vanilla. You can use whatever flavor you like, but I just wanted to have like a mild flavor with the pudding because you're getting so much caramel overload with everything else. I didn't want this to like muddle with the flavors or mask anything. So we're doing 7 grams in each of our Next, we're doing extract. I use the caramel flavor extract. I feel like with all the other caramel stuff, it works. If you just have vanilla and you don't want to spend the money on the caramel, y'all just use the vanilla extract. But if you have the caramel or you don't mind it because you know you're going to be using it with other baking coming up, get this one. 5 grams in each. And I did not do the hack that I taught y'all last week on this one, apparently when I used this way back when. So I'm just going to try to be careful and weigh it out to the grammage. Y'all saw that hack works from last week. Do it, because I went over a couple of grams on each of them, and you don't want to do that. This stuff gets too pricey. We need some sweetness for each of these jars, so I've been doing the Carrie sugar-free syrup versus like monk fruit. Some of my overnight oats, I do have monk fruit instead of the syrup, but for these sweet ones like this, I feel like the Carrie's works really good. We're doing 15 milliliters for each jar, and again, be careful because it adds up. Sweet concussion, oh, you miss my touching. Next, we're adding our apple pie filling. I'm doing a complete serving for each of our jars, which is 85 grams. I'm not opening this one. I opened this one yesterday and I put it in a container. So I'm going to actually cut my apples because you see how they're just big slices and we don't want just one big hunk of apple in each of our jars. We want little chunks, little pieces. So I'm gonna actually cut mine up, put it, weigh it in the jar to get 85 grams for each jar. And that's how I'm doing it. There's probably a better method and a better way, but we're rolling with it. It worked pretty good yesterday. So I just like to take out the actual apple and let's get to grams over here. I slice mine in the middle and just do some little quick chunks, if you will, and then just put it in the jar as we go until we get at or close to 85 grams. You have this pie filling as well, so I do try to scoop that up and not just the apples to get that extra flavor in there as well. And we're gonna just do our little assembly line with this until we get them all filled up. This is probably the longest process of this recipe, is putting the apples in. So like I said, if you have another method that seems to be faster, easier, I'm always for it. Go right ahead. To bust into another can, but I'm gonna go ahead and put in that same container and either freeze it or just put it back in the fridge because y'all know I will be eating on them regardless. Next thing we're gonna put in is our Greek yogurt. We're using the apple pie, caramel apple pie from Light and Fit. I find these at Walmart. Y'all ask all the time. All my Walmart sell them. They do sell out pretty quick. And I also saw that they're doing a pumpkin pie and a caramel apple pie split pack. So if you can't find them in the singles, you might want to buy them like that. If you like the pumpkin pie one as well, it's a win-win. 113 grams in each container, which is almost an entire container. This is 150 grams. Yogurt is in. Now we're doing a half a cup of milk. I told y'all last week when I do these, I don't actually weigh it out by the milliliter. I just use a trusty half a cup measuring cup, and these are going to be full. Y'all see, not only are they thick, they're going to be pretty much to the very top. Y'all asked about these mason jars last week. I have these exact ones from Amazon linked down below. They are my absolute favorite just because when you use a spoon, you don't have to like dig and reach super far with the more tall and narrow ones. These are perfection. So put that in there. And without spilling it, y'all, I make a mess. All right, not gonna lie. I make a mess with a lot of things. When I was doing the apple, I'm sure you guys saw me like get the apple everywhere. It's all good. You can wipe it down. Now what I'm gonna do is put some apple pie spice in here. You can just use cinnamon and clove if you don't have apple pie spice, maybe a little bit of nutmeg. If you look on apple pie spice, that's all it is. Cinnamon, nutmeg, and allspice, okay? But when I did these the other day, I feel like this one, first off, is like, oh, I don't know what's going on with that one. But I didn't put enough seasoning in it. So I just put probably that much. I feel like I need to do a bunch, be heavy-handed with it. At least I like mine to be super seasoned as far as the apple pie spice with the cinnamon and stuff. I feel like it didn't have enough when I did my trial run. It was good and everything else was spot on, but I just want a little bit more. So measure with your heart and put as much as you like. Did I put 2 in there? I don't know what happened with that one. I think I effed that one up. Good news, I didn't F it up. It's just fine. It was the yogurt blocking it. Also, if you feel like you didn't put enough seasoning in yours when you go to eat it and you feel like you need more, what's good about these is you can always sprinkle in more the day that you eat it. It would be just fine as well. And then our final step, friends, is putting one of the best parts in here, the caramel dip. To be able to just put this little topping on top of this and take it to work and then put it in the day of and don't have to worry about measuring. That is the way right there. Again, there's no difference in the price with the package versus the non-packaged. I think I'm just gonna do this right here and make it easy the day of and just pour it in. That way we can see it all on the top and it doesn't sink to the bottom, but you're gonna stir it up anyway, it's fine. And look, I had just enough. You get 6 in here, so if you wanted to do them for 6 days, you've got 6 cups in here. Easy peasy, already portioned out. Why am I using this caramel versus like a sugar-free one? Because I don't want these to taste artificial. When you taste these overnight oats, I want them to taste like straight up caramel apple goodness, but still within our macros. So each of these jars is going to be under 450 calories, I'm pretty sure, which is really good given that these cups by themselves are 130 calories. All right, so we shave some calories by using the sugar-free apple mix. If you want to use real, just know that that's going to up your macros significantly for the sugar aspect when we're adding the sugars in other ways. All right, so that's why I did it that way, to be able to have it more macro friendly and not like a sugar bomb as well. Back to our balsamic glaze blue cheese chicken bowls. Got my pasta done. When I weighed it out, I've got to do about 108 grams of pasta in each of our bowls, just like we did last week, guys. Don't make your lunches, your breakfast, your meals in general overcomplicated. I mention all the time, if you like something, if it works for you and serves you, put it on repeat. There's no reason to make these recipes that have like 1,000 ingredients and it's gonna take you all day in the kitchen. As you guys can see, I'm trying to showcase recipes that are gonna take you about 30 minutes or less, or maybe just a few minutes more depending. It's taken me a little bit longer than 30 30 minutes, not gonna lie to y'all, because I'm filming, but if I wasn't filming, I would have already been done with this, okay? So that's why I'm saying they're 30 minutes. If you don't have any interruptions and you're doing things efficiently like I've been showing you guys, then you should be just fine, and you're set for the entire week for 2 meals. The only thing you got to worry about throughout the week is your dinners, and make those super simple too. This is how I'm doing the chicken. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday are gonna be my training days. I always leave this piece of tape in here. Even when I put in the dishwasher, it takes the like ink away, but it leaves the tape. I know, ratchet, but it works, okay? So what I did just now is I just wrote Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. I'm gonna put the right portion of chicken each one, put it on, and I know which one to grab each day. I'm sure there's another way you can do this, but this is the way that I do it. This is my system, it works for me. Do what works best for you. My bowls aren't super hot. I let my pasta and my chicken sit for a few minutes. So I am gonna go ahead and put my other ingredients. If everything was still piping hot, I would wait and do this the day of. Just put my bowls in the fridge as it is, and then add the other stuff. With the balsamic glaze, I'm gonna do 27 milliliters. Again, you can adjust this however much that you want. Remember, the macros will change, but this is gonna be like our sauce. And when you stir it with that blue cheese, if you're a blue cheese fan, it is oh so good. I'm telling y'all, you're gonna love this one. So that's close, 26 grams, and I'm gonna weigh out the other 2. And then I'm also gonna put my blue cheese on. My blue cheese is a little bit different each day because I need more fat on certain days than others, so I adjust it as is. So that's why I have them labeled, not just for the chicken. Next, blue cheese. We're using the one from Aldi. You can use the one from Walmart, whichever one. For my Monday bowl, it looks like I'm doing 1 ounce of blue cheese. I think the other days I'm doing a little bit more. So on some days I need a little bit more fat. But guys, when you weigh up 1 ounce, it's a lot. It's a lot of blue cheese, as you can see right here. There we go, 1 ounce on the dot. That's a lot of blue cheese. If you are a blue cheese lover, you're going to love this. Again, you can sub with feta or any other cheese that you like if you don't like blue cheese, but don't knock it till you try it. Blue cheese with that balsamic and the chicken together, oh so good. I don't know what happened, friends. I only needed 1 ounce for each one, so they're all the same. But look how gorgeous those look. So that's gonna do it for this stupid simple 30-minute meal prep for breakfast and lunch this week. If you are loving these, please give it a thumbs up. That lets me know that you love them and you want to see more. Smash that subscribe button if you're new. I have a ton of past recipes, meal prep videos. I'll have the playlist linked down below, y'all. Tons of different ideas and stuff that you maybe forgot about or you've never seen because you're new. Go and check those out. Show them some love, get some ideas. But these right here are gonna be the easiest of the easiest, the stupidest simple of the simple, and I think you're gonna love them. Especially these 2 this week are some of my favorites. Thanks so much for spending some time with me today. If you make these recipes, please come back to this video. Let me know in the comments how you like them, how you change them so everybody can see, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Bye y'all.